myself to prepare a message that I hope will be appropriate in this Mass for the very young, and also for those who are perhaps a bit older. And what I want to do now is act out a little play, almost like a living parable that I created 2 years ago to explain to someone who didn't understand the whole point of Christmas. And I'm going to share it now. I understand it as I go through this. If it's going to seem like I've lost my mind, it's true. If I set aside my dignity, here it is, and it may never be found again. But I do this not to make a scene, but to make some sense for the young and also for the rest of us. One of my real worries is this. We live in a world that is so busy, with so many things, and has so many real serious problems. We've got an economy that is fragile, to say the very least. There is a war being fought in several places of our world. Ethnic cleansing is happening. We have global warming or environmental concerns, and just getting along, surviving, just day to day, trying to make life make sense. The focus on just getting through the day and making our lives as well as we can make them seems to make the story of Bethlehem farther and farther away, at least for a lot of people. It's almost like, and this is my image now, that we are here on this side of the world, and there is right in front of us this great chasm. And on the other side is Bethlehem, Joseph, Mary, Jesus, the shepherds, the story of the birth of the Savior. And it seems like, because of the time and the ages that have passed, like this chasm has gotten ever wider and ever deeper, and the connection between us and Jesus seems to be, well, so what? Why? What's the fuss? He's way over there, we're over here, and this is where life is lived, and I don't see a connection between us and him. This is my story. I'm going to give you, I hope in about 5 minutes, the whole Bible. Squeezed into some silly, perhaps, but I hope also help image. Once upon a time, there was Genesis. God created the heavens and the earth. And as scientists are saying now, at the beginning, there was light, a big bang. Time passed, God formed the earth, and out of the earth came life. And God placed humans on this earth. And I'm going to be the first humans. We were created, and we were walking down the path of life. And we come on this path through this kind of a woodsy area to this great big hole in the middle of the highway, or the middle of the path. And we look down, and it says, man, this is interesting. It looks really mysterious down there. I wonder what's in it. Now, God put a great big sign, don't go in. And how do we know God did it? He put his signature at the bottom, signed God. Don't go in. And we say, what does he know? He's over there somewhere. Let's just, for a while, see what's go down. Like it's fun. If you don't, we'll come back out. So we take about 3 steps back and 5 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and jump. Whee! In this magic hole, we float down, not fall, but we eventually, after about 300 feet of floating down, plop. We land in this dark place. And we can see the little bit of light up at the top. And we're up to our necks in water. It's kind of slimy. Doesn't smell so good down here. And we said, you know what? This isn't as much fun as we thought it was going to be. Let's get out. Now we're actually at the bottom of almost like a great big chimney. And the sides are as smooth as glass. And we can't get a hold on anything. And we go, oh, this isn't as much fun as it was supposed to be. Let's jump out. So, Exhibit A, I jump. Too many ding dongs, Twinkies, Ho-Hos, whatever's, pizza. I go up about a foot and a half and fall back a foot and a half. Others try and they may go a little higher, but not much. We're all down here and we realize we cannot climb or jump out. Now God is still up here and he looks down and says, boy, they're dumb. Man, alive are those human beings dumb. They saw the big sign and they jumped in anyway. But they're still my kids. I'm still their God. I will do something for them. So from God's utility belt, he takes out a golden rope and he ties it on this big tree and says, I'm going to throw you a rope. So he throws it down and it falls and falls and finally here it is. Oh, good. Now we can lift ourselves up. And I'm first 3 feet. Ugh. And I'm swinging in the breeze. 4 feet. And my ears are starting to sweat. I can't do it when I fall back, flop. Now some healthier, stronger, more athletic types, they go up 20 feet, maybe 25, but eventually they fall back. And everyone tries, and no one is able to climb out with their own strength. Now God says, I made my point. I said, here you are. If you think you can pull yourself out, and you can save yourselves, you're wrong. Now here goes my real plan. If God goes back 3 feet, and then forward 5, and jumps, whee, and he floats down, and floats down, and floats down, flop. And he stands up in the darkness and says, my name is Jesus. My name is Jesus. I came to you because you had no hope of helping yourselves. You could not climb out. I can. Everybody who wants to accept me, trust me, accept my offer of freedom, come close. And you're going to find when you come close, there's going to be a magic, magnetism. It's going to have you stick to me and me to you, no matter what. Everyone comes close who wants, and Jesus begins to lift the whole humanity. 1 foot, 3 feet, 10 feet, 20. But when he carries, it's a terrible load. And his hands start to bleed. But he does not let go. He does not stop. fights and struggles, and carries us up and higher and higher until we begin to see the sun. And then, with one hand here, out, and others out, he said, I got you home. I've got you home. Because I could not leave you in the dark. There is a song, and I was thinking about it today, and it says, Christmas is for little children. Maybe you've heard it. I know it's been played when the song got Christmas stars. And it's true. Christmas is for children. And there's a lot of excitement. Santa comes. It's a fun time of the year. But I'd like to say this as well. Christmas perhaps is even more for those who have grown a little bit older and have seen the darkness that life can bring, the pain of a separation, of hurt and disappointment and even death. Christmas is for kids, but it's going to be savored even more by those who have seen what life can be and realize that it's not always easy. And to say then, on this night that is the darkest of the year, we celebrate the great truth that Jesus is our Son, our Savior, our friend. When we were in the dark and had no hope, when we were most desperate, he came and stayed for us. That chasm that I talked about, it is not really horizontal. It's not that we're here and Jesus, Bethlehem scene is over there. We're here and he's there. And he's come to us. He made the bridge. It's up to bright people, caring people, alert people to see the connection and to make this night a celebration that we have purpose in our lives. We have a future for each of us and all of us. And that because of him, we have each other and a promise of peace that is forever. Tonight, no magic words, but I'd like you to feel his hand on you, touching your heart and promising that no darkness exists that he cannot put out. The sun has come. God bless you all.